Are you trying to figure out a great gift to give a gamer? Having trouble thinking like a gamer? Statistically, you're probably a gamer yourself, but that doesn't mean everybody's great at coming up with good gifts. Don't worry, gameranx has you covered. Hi folks, it's Falcon, and today on gameranx, 20 of the best Christmas gifts you can get a gamer in 2023. Just so you know, we included all of the links to all of this in the description, so check there if you're interested in anything further. Starting off with number 20, it's custom controllers. Controllers didn't used to be a way to personally express yourself, but now, well, that's a definite thing. There are a number of places you can go to for completely custom Xbox, PlayStation, whatever controllers. From the Xbox Design Lab, which is, you know, maybe not as far as you can go, to Hex Gaming and AIM controllers, all the way to end-of-the-line designs. The two I mentioned there in the middle are more of a printing-oriented solution where end-of-the-line designs are kind of insane pieces of artwork. This guy goes so much further than you can possibly even imagine, making some of the most insane stuff. Beautiful controllers, things that I wouldn't even want to use. I'd want to put up on the wall or something. And regardless of why you're buying them, these would be fantastic gifts for any gamer. And number 19 is Starfield CHUNKS. Like, as much as a lot of people have made a lot of very critical statements about Starfield, I think it maybe doesn't deserve it as badly as it gets. There's a lot of pretty great Bethesda stuff in Starfield, and the chunks are fun. Unlike the chunks. Don't eat the chunks. The chunks are props, but you can buy them off of Etsy. People make the Starfield chunks. They are, without a doubt, the best questionably edible food-like substance of 2023. And number 18 is the Hori Split Pad Pro. These are Joy-Cons that effectively turn your Nintendo Switch into a very comfortable, full-ass controller. Now, I'm sure you can imagine exactly why this is a comfortable solution for playing the Nintendo Switch. If you've sat in a bed trying to play it with the normal Joy-Cons, you know exactly why this is a good idea. I actually have a couple of these in my house, and believe me, I vastly prefer them for playing Tetris when I am not vertical. And number 17 is the Analog Pocket. Now, what is the Analog Pocket? Not immediately knowable exactly what it is, just by the name. It's basically a Game Boy shaped device that's much nicer than the Game Boy and plays a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot of emulated systems, but not emulation. These are FPGAs. I don't know if you're aware of what that is, but what that means is a field programmable gate array. Essentially, it is a chip that can be reconfigured to do different sets of hardware on the fly, and rather than emulating it, actually runs everything via hardware. Simplifying a bit, it's transformable hardware, and it's inside the Analog Pocket. Out of the box, plays Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. You can play these things via carts. You can add more systems. There's a bunch of configurations for the FPGA, and these things are absolutely beautiful. I've been trying to get my hands on one for a while. Probably the best way you're gonna get one is off of eBay. They've got plenty of new ones on there, and I would go that direction if you want it before Christmas. I know somebody with one of these things, and it is just a really slick, nice device. And number 16 is the Steam Deck, of course. I mean, especially given the fact that it's now been given the OLED refresh, which is, I mean, not technically better, but for a lot of reasons regarding power consumption and overall look and feel is a lot better. But if you want to get an original Steam Deck, you can get them a little cheaper too. I don't really know what there is to say about the Steam Deck that hasn't already been said. It's an awesome machine that plays a ton of great games. And number 15 is Steam Deck alternatives, specifically the ASUS ROG Ally. These are actually pretty good machines. People have done a lot of comparisons between the Steam Deck and this thing, and they both have their strengths and weaknesses. But if you're thinking, oh man, I gotta have Windows on a PC handheld, this is probably the direction to go. It's also a bit cheaper. It's been marked down to $399 from $599. So that's a pretty big difference in price. But if you don't really know the breakdown, I would definitely go into some more detailed comparisons. Again, they both have their strengths and weaknesses. And number 14 is controllers for the iPhone and Android. What better way to play games on a phone than with a controller, right? The three I'm going to detail real quick are the ones that seem generally regarded as the best. First, the Flex, available for iPhone and Android. Very comfortable, very nice solution. conforms to your phone, very comfortable feel. Not cheap though, $99, which is the same amount that the Backbone costs. This one's a little less bulky, but its advantage is that it has a headphone jack, which is real nice, considering most phones just stopped with that. This one is for the iPhone exclusively, and the last one we're looking at is a little bit cheaper. It's $49. It's the Razer Kishi V2. It's for Android, and it's, again, less bulky than even the other two. I would say it's a little less equipped for larger hands as well. Everything is roughly the size of a phone, vertically speaking, whereas the other ones have more controller-like shapes. Still, it's about half the price of the other two. And all three of these, honestly, are pretty good. It's not like you're going to get one and go, it doesn't do what I wanted to do. And number 13 is John Romero's new book called Doom Guy, Life in First Person. This is kind of a memoir, talks about Romero's life, and sort of gives a lot of insights not only to all of the various breakthroughs he's done in technology and game development, but also a lot coming before that. This game's kind of a must-have for any Doom, Quake, id Software type fan. I don't think you'll be disappointed. It's gotten very good reviews. People really like it. And it's not like a book is going to hurt somebody, you know? I mean, that's a good gift. Let somebody expand their mind a little bit. Read. And number 12 is the PlayStation Pulse 3D wireless headset. It's basically the official PS5 headphones, and they are very nice. They're $100, and in terms of $100 headphones, they easily could cost more than that. They're very comfortable, have incredibly high quality. They also have hidden microphones on them, so you can use them for voice chat as well. And it sounds very good on the other end, might I add. It's real nice and compatible with a lot of different things. You got a USB jack, you got a 3.5 millimeter audio cable jack. I mean, you want to use it with something, you probably can. And number 11 is the Sega Genesis Mini 2. Now, there have been Sega Genesis releases post the console's life cycle that I have very much disliked. But the Sega Genesis Mini and the Sega Genesis Mini 2, honestly, are not a part of that. This is a great release. Bunch of great classic games, including some great Sega CD ones. I particularly enjoy the fact that Vector Man 2's on here, Sonic 3D Blast, Phantasy Star 2, Earthworm Jim 2, Toe Jam and Earl in Panic on Funkotron, Revenge of Shinobi and Virtua Racing. I mean, it's a good package. It's also got great USB controllers. I mean, in theory, you could use those for anything on the computer, and it would be fun, which is something that a lot of these game systems don't do. I like that a lot. At number 10, there's some pretty good VR headsets on the market now. The PlayStation VR 2 with Horizon Call of the Wild, for instance, that's a great bundle, and the Horizon game on the PSVR 2 is actually fantastic. It's a great display of the technology working. And the PlayStation VR 2 is just a great headset. It's comfortable. The picture is incredible. I mean, really top-notch stuff. And then there's also the Meta Quest 2, which I think I'm going to have to go ahead and say I doubt anybody really has a full-featured VR headset for a decent price that's as comfortable as this one. It's very lightweight, works very well, and I definitely really think in terms of all-in-one, the Meta Quest 2 is the way to go. And number 9 is gaming vinyls. These are great collectibles. Obviously, it is cool as hell to whip out a vinyl soundtrack for a video game and play it. I mean, that's not really something that's ever existed prominently in my life, vinyls of game soundtracks, but it does exist now, and it's a great way to experience it, or again, just to have a beautiful collector's item. Most of these have incredible covers. The vinyls themselves are beautiful in color or design. I mean, at the link that we provided, there's Hyperlight Drifter, Transistor, Shadow of the Colossus, the Persona series, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, which is one of the best licensed soundtracks of 2023, Hades, Neon White, Grim Fandango, which is an all-time great soundtrack. The list goes on, and these are all really cool collector's items. And number 8 is physical games. Like, you could buy actual physical games for somebody. The Switch is probably the console where you're really allowed to do that still on, at least in terms of the active, arguably current gen console. You've got Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, Mario Golf Super Rush, the Assassin's Creed Rebel Collection. There's a lot of them. Probably my biggest suggestion is going to be Mario Brothers Wonder, but a close second would be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. These are both fantastic ones to have as a physical game, but they're just good games, period, you know? And number 7, or hey, just get somebody some gift cards. An Xbox gift card, a PlayStation gift card, a Nintendo eShop gift card, a Roblox gift card. They're all out there, and depending on who you're buying for, it might be the best way to go because you don't know exactly what they want, or maybe they're finicky. In any case, it's one of those can't go wrong gifts because of course they'll want it. They can use it. Don't worry. And number 6 is external SSDs for more space. Weirdly enough, SSDs, what used to be an incredibly expensive prospect, have gone way down in price very quickly over the last couple of years, which, considering money is just worth less, is actually kind of astounding. The technology has progressed pretty quickly, and there's also some other technologies on the horizon that may make it obsolete. I don't know about in terms of the application that we normies use SSDs for, but I would bet in data centers we're going to be on glass or ceramic fairly soon. And as we get closer to that, SSDs are only going to get cheaper. Still, regardless of how cheap it is something that nobody is going to reject as a gift. More space is always good. At number 5 is a handmade RGB LED Dark Souls Estus flask. Very cool little healing collectible. Obviously, don't use it instead of going to the doctor, but it's a nice little fun thing you can get as a nice little decoration or something to carry around and look like a lunatic. Comes with a little RGB controller so you can change the color of it. Just a really cool Dark Souls fan gift. And number 4 is, of course, if you're looking at the Nintendo Switch, the OLED model and screen protector. It just doesn't get any better for Switch fans than the OLED model. It's just a big upgrade from the old one. The screen is bigger. It's way, way brighter and nicer. I have a regular one in the house and an OLED one, and it's just not even comparable. At number 3, more and more gamers are playing PC gaming on the TV, either through the Steam Deck, through various other Steam Deck competitors, or just the fact that computers are getting cheaper and better at playing games on a screen that you're, across the room looking at. You're going to need a wireless keyboard and mouse for that. It's just that simple. And another thing that would be good to go along with that would be a lap desk so that you're not stuck trying to find some surface that a mouse works on. Believe me, that sucks. And number 2 is a starter streamer bundle. Let's say you know somebody who wants to stream. You can get them a nice little bundle that contains an Elgato HD60X, which is for capturing gameplay footage, a Blue Yeti USB microphone, a Stream Deck MK2, which is, this is all a pretty solid starter kit to record audio for YouTube and Twitch. It's really easy to use, very beginner friendly, all plug and play stuff. Very, very nice, and not particularly expensive. And finally, at number 1 is consoles. Of course, consoles. Like the PlayStation 5 Slim with Marvel Spider-Man 2. That's a good bundle. They also have the regular-sized PlayStation 5 with Spider-Man 2. Also a good bundle. I personally would rather have the Slim, but you're not buying this for me, are you? You're buying it for somebody who doesn't have a PlayStation 5. I think they're going to be fairly happy with it. I just kind of wish that rather than the big one, I had the slim one. That's all. There's also the Xbox Series X Diablo 4 bundle, which is marked down to below the standard console price, and you get Diablo 4 with it, which is, in my opinion, just a fantastic deal. And that's all for today. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. If you like this video, click like. If you're not subscribed, now's a great time to do so. We upload brand new videos every day of the week. The best way to do that first is, of course, a subscription, so click the subscribe button. Don't forget to enable notifications. And as always, we thank you very much for watching this video. I'm Falcon. You can follow me on Twitter at Falcon the Hero, and we'll see you next time right here on GameRanx.